Hello ladies and gentlemen, MJ aka Victor here. This is the third video. The first one we talked about cause, we talked about the next one was problem, and the third one is symptoms. And the symptoms is that quote unquote bad guys are bullying us. And I talk about the ways that they bully us, and a lot of it has to do with fear, right? But just to recap, the root cause of this problem, and we'll get into the bullying, we're being bullied on a lot of different levels, but the root cause of it is you forgot you were Superman, right? And again, I talked about this being a spiritual being, having a human experience, and how that opens up a different possibility, a different probability, opens up your own potential. And the 100-degree challenge is my challenge to the world to prove to me that it's not possible that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So that's there, and I love your comments and feedback on that. Now, and then I went into this and just recapping, because some people just watch this one and don't look at the other ones. The reason people don't have this realization is mainly because of dogma and BS that are controlled by these belief systems. That's what BS is, a belief system that puts a cap on your limit of your own experience of your being. That's the super part of you, the being part of human being, right? So I talked about, basically looking at your belief system, looking at the boxes that we're in, and the box basically makes us think that we're Clark Kent. That's the limiting of ourselves. Just to think that you're your ego, for instance, where your ego is just it's an idea. It's almost like it's your AI almost. It's not you. It's not the computer. You're bigger than that. But anyway, the whole idea of this part of the game is to limit you and make you think that you're Clark Kent. And we believe that. That's the problem. We're a world full of Supermen that believe that we're Clark Kent. That's the only way that the bad guys can bully us. And that's like the only way that 1% can control 99%, for instance, is that the 99% don't know their own value. So they inject ideas that diminish your value, right? They make you think you're Clark Kent, because once you realize you're Superman, they have no control over you, and you begin to govern yourselves accordingly as the super beings that you are. But what are the bad guys doing? Let's just look at what they're doing to our environment. Look at what they're doing to our planet. Look at what they're doing to our freedom. Look at what they're doing to our privacy. Look at what they're doing to a lot of our livelihoods, right? And this is all based on fear, and this will come out. And you'll see there's a lot of layers to this, but all of them align to one layer, right? And that's just the idea of separation. But I don't talk about the bad guys, quote unquote, because they're going to do what they do. They believe that they are, part of their belief is they show us through a lot of different avenues what they're doing, and we don't do anything about it, so they continue on. That's just part of their BS, part of their belief system. But at any rate, it's not even about them, it's about you. And this is why I'm putting this out, to show that this is the root cause, spirituality. That's why the 100-degree challenge is there. And I'll talk a little bit about myself and my mission and why I'm here to just document this whole thing. That's the Truman Show, to show my perspective. And then I'll give you a little bit of info on my mission. But this is what this is about. This is about awakening this 99%, awakening these Supermen that just believe that they're Clark Kent. And belief systems are very easy to chop up with what we call the truth. So let's put it on a scale. Let's weigh the evidence on both sides. If we're going to have a debate about something, you need to understand both sides of the argument. And when you start looking at this, looking at both sides, it falls away very easily. And you can do that with a lot of different sources. But people don't do that because they, again, blindly believe this. But it's time for us to take responsibility. And that's another thing I hit on in part 2. And that's what we do. We take responsibility. We say we are Superman, and we act like Superman, and we take control of our environment and ourselves, and not allow our world to be just dictated by this small group of people. But that's what it's about. It's about changing the trajectory and taking it out of the bad guys as they try to drive this timeline to us taking control of ourselves and making our own decision and making our own timelines. All right, y'all. Peace.